I honestly feel bad. I have friends of mine in New York. My phone is blowing up. They are officially depressed and scared. And as Martha pointed out earlier, a full 9% of people say that they will leave if he in fact got elected. Before today, they said if he got elected, they're going to leave New York City.
My goodness, we've got a socialist, anti-Semite, pro-Hamas guy as mayor of New York.
Tomorrow, the legacy media is going to say it's Donald Trump. It's all his trouble. It's not. It was a shutdown.
The Democrats are going to spin this. This is a referendum on Trump. I mean, these are all blue states, is it?
I texted my sister, who's an attorney in New York, and I said, great, if everyone's fleeing, maybe I can pick up some cheap real estate. Maybe I can get some cheap primo real estate there. Since all of these conservatives are going to be fleeing New York, get out of here. Republicans are not taking it well, as you just heard. They got destroyed in last night's elections. One thing you're hearing over and over again is that these are blue states. So of course, Republicans weren't going to win. I have to pause again. I had my one, I'm sure I have more Republican friends, but this is a Black Republican who insists, no matter how many times I tell him, get away from here. He considers himself a family friend. And he phoned me, and the first words out of his mouth were, this Mamdani is not that special, Sharon. I mean, this is just, I said, not today, click, okay. He texted me this morning, he's fine, happens all the time, but I'm not gonna let anybody interfere with the momentum we're seeing. Sure, there's more work to be done. Let's remind you of the current governor of Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin. Yeah. Also, I could be wrong, but wasn't New Jersey Governor Chris Christie a Republican too? Now, it wasn't Fox News trying to cope with the loss, but Trump is also not handling things well. He's, well, go check on him. Somebody better check on him and play that opera music. From the guy who constantly proclaims he has a mandate, everyone is happy with what he's doing. My poll numbers are the greatest in history. Last night's election results gave him, well, a warning sign, but according to him, there's a big reason why the Republicans had a terrible night. He wasn't on the ballot, okay? That's what he says. He posted this. Trump wasn't on the ballot and shut down were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight, according to pollsters. He also posted this cryptic message. And so it begins. It's, I look at it as another threat. We'll see. Conservative New York Post released this. I love the Post headlines anyway. Zohran Mamdani wins 2025 New York City mayoral election. I love them, and then I hate them for being so devilish. I mean, just take a look at that cover again. Let's put it up again. Jackson, your initial reaction to just the cover here.
I mean, pretty typical, you know, of course, here come the communists. I mean, in general, that tactic really doesn't work anymore because, you know, like the Cold War ended before I was born for the most part, you know, so it's just that type of propaganda really doesn't work on younger voters who just want to see things be more affordable. But yeah, no, none of this is surprising. And it also, again, it reflects the fact that we can beat these people because a lot of our competition are like literally in their 70s, some in their 80s. You know, I'll point out that Nancy Pelosi's 84 and she's running for re-election again. So, you know, we can do a lot better. And again, for me, my focus has been more so shifting into local races because at the end of the day, tens of millions of people in this country voted for Donald Trump 3 times. And I don't think we should fool ourselves into believing that, oh, now everything's just gonna go right. Like, I think we should stay strategic and focus on local elections so that we actually can get things passed instead of thinking like, oh, Hakeem Jeffries is gonna come around, because he's not.
No, he's not. All politics local. And before we move on to the next segment, do you believe it's one thing to celebrate? You could almost feel it no matter where you were. You're in Chicago, I'm in Atlanta. The excitement, the exuberance from New Yorkers who came out in record numbers for Mamdani. But instantly my mind, as I woke up this morning, started thinking, oh, well, they're just gonna work so hard against him. Like, even the people who would normally support the Democrat, who will not support the socialists, they're going to work overtime. They're going to join forces, as we saw here with Cuomo running as an independent, to really defeat him. Things that could possibly work if all New Yorkers, he gave that great speech, work together. Maybe they can't, because these same people their day job will be undermining him. What say you?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I think Mamdani has a very good opportunity to, showcase that in fact we can, pay workers more, tax the super wealthy in corporate America just a little bit more, and they're not gonna go broke. I think that also Mamdani's victory again is good to rejuvenate people into having more of a sense that we can make a difference. I mean, Mamdani's in his early 30s and he's a first, first Muslim, first South Asian. And the youngest mayor elected, since the 19th century, I think I read earlier. So this in New York City is basically America's city. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity. And again, their red scare tactics just aren't going to work. So all he has to do now is deliver.